now that Nnamdi Kanu has been released, those who are jubilating, especially, of course, you should know where the ovation is going to be more louder. In the southeast, maybe some other places, but in the southeast, the jubilation knows no bound. But guess what? In the north, people are protesting, people are crying, people are saying, why? How come? Nobody ever investigate it because we just believe that their normal way of adjourning. But unfortunately for them, because they just want him to be there. We've been saying this over and over again. Because I believe if somebody has jumped bail, according to what they've been telling us, and for close to 3 years, the man has not been in this country. And at the end of the day, you brought him anyhow, which the lawyers have been saying the man was kidnapped. And I'm sure the Kenyan government, have questions to answer. And don't forget that before now, the UN had already ordered the Nigerian government, Buhari and Malami, because they are the ones who are in charge of these things. And there's this back and forth between them and the woman who is in the judge who is in charge of this case, Binta Yanko. Most of the time, the woman is even fed up. And some people have the opinion that, they just want to go through the judicial process, but they don't, just to make it feel as if, yes, Nigeria is a sovereign country. We know that the day Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to this country, there was jubilation in the north. They were jubilating. Yes, they've gotten this man. Every now and then, every day, people have been talking about how, which we are all witnesses to it, how bandits, terrorists, the Boko Haram, they have been releasing them just like that. Some days back, they released them, over 100 of them, in Lagos, what is it called? Lagos prison. You can imagine. Now, for 3 years, you are holding him. You said, what is it called? You said he jumped bail. He came back for more than 1 year. You cannot even prosecute him. You cannot do anything. You are just going back and forth. How many charges? Malami will be adding charges upon charges upon charges upon charges. And the more they are doing it, they are so happy. And I've said it, the greatest offense in the land, as we speak, the greatest offense in the land, according to Malami and the rest, and Buhari and the Northerners, is for you to say, let there be breakup. Some days back, we learned that Igbo was released, and just today, and some people are like, oh, as Igbo was released, this man too also will be released. And now he's been released. Thank God for the lawyers. They've been working tirelessly. They've been working so hard. Some people have really lost hope. And some people have the opinion that, this one is going to make them try to, to distract Obi from this presidency. They know exactly what they are doing. I believe the man didn't do anything. And the court in Abia State had already discharged and acquitted Nnamdi Kanu concerning that bail they talked about. And don't forget, after the man was discharged and acquitted, and federal government was asked to pay, whether the army was asked to pay him 20 billion naira. I think they quashed that. The army till today, they told us that they are still studying the judgments. Till today, we didn't see anything. We didn't hear anything from them. So what are they going to tell us? Every minute Nigerian knows that this man did not commit offense, because to me, if he committed of any offense, why adjourning the case from time to time? More than 1 year now. And with 2 years I've been counting. 2 years. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate with the kind of people we have in this country. The politicians from the southern part of the country, all those ones, I don't even understand them. They are just fighting themselves just to have one position or the other. That is just what they are doing. The nitty-gritty, they tell you that they are fighting for, nobody is fighting for anybody. They are fighting for their pocket. They are fighting for power. They are fighting for authority. See all of them, Wike and the likes. No, in one way, it's in a camouflage way, you would think that they are fighting for you, and they will be bringing some points. But at the end of the day, if the dividends come, they are the ones that will share it. But that is even a different ballgame entirely. But what we are talking now about is the North is in comatose, if I may put it that way. The North is sad. There is sadness in the North now because Nnamdi Kanu has been released. And I believe those who are saying that they are releasing him because of the order of UN, but they just wanted to go through some, judicial processes so that it won't look as if, they are fidgeting or they are afraid. Because from all indications, the UN had looked at this whole thing thoroughly, and they found that this man didn't do anything. And the way and manner he was brought back was not the right way. It was illegal. It was really illegal. So it's just so ridiculous. And I see a lot of people saying all manner of things. I said the reason why you are not happy with this man, the case the man is fighting, you see the same thing he's fighting for, but you don't even have somebody who is going to be speaking on your behalf. You don't have anybody that will speak on your behalf. What he's fighting for is what you are even saying, but it's being said in different ways. A lot of people have looked into this country and looked at what has been happening, seeing that no matter what, even some people have the opinion that, forget even Obi himself, that he's not going to change anything. I will cite the case of Fashola for you. Fashola did well in Lagos. At the end of the day, when he left, everything came back to normal. Even if Obi enters, you think these people who are deep in corruption, deep in bad governance, you think they will not want to bring back all those nonsense? And that's why some people have really looked at it and said, you know what, the best is for us to separate and let us go and be dealing with ourselves in our own way. If the people who are calling for one Nigeria, if they are sensible, if they are really sensible, what is there? If there's good governance, who's going to be complaining? Who's going to be talking? If there's good governance, who's going to be complaining? Nobody. Nobody's going to be complaining. But in as much as there's no good governance and you don't want to do the needful, definitely people will be agitating for separation of this country. It's just unfortunate. Where they will continue to be angry, they will continue to be dissatisfied. I mean the people from the north, because when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, now so their body they strong kakaraka kukuruku like this. That yes, let him be there. I said you can't keep somebody there now. You are just keeping him in custody. You are just keeping him there without any trial, without anything. Every day adjournment and adjournment, you'll be adding charges, you'll be subtracting charges. And what are you telling? Who are you fooling? The whole world is just looking at them. At the end of the day, where have they gone? The same thing they did to this man, Dasuki. And I was saying it this morning. You kept Dasuki for 4 years. You told us that he stole. And you could not even come out with a concrete judgment. At the end of the day, you release him. See, today nobody is saying anything. But the ones they said they put behind bar, 2 governors that they put behind bar after 2 years now, they freed them. So what are you telling us? That this man will not be released? When it comes to Nnamdi Kanu's case, all the northerners, they will be coming out and be vomiting nonsense. And that is why they want to rope Nnamdi Kanu with a IPOB, with a obedience movement that is ongoing. So let them continue languishing. Let them continue be inside position. Let them be crying.